On tomorrow to talk about it, but there's some awesome news in New York. And I can't remember which district it is actually. It is in the 16th. I think it's the 16th New York congressional district. Eliot Engel is there. Yeah. And I interviewed two of the challengers actually. Jamal Bowman, who is a principal at a school in the Bronx. Or former, I should say, Bronx middle school principal. And another guy, Andam Girgorgis. And Andam was also a good candidate.
Great candidate.
Jamal Bowman was extremely impressive. And apparently Andam has dropped out as of today and has endorsed Jamal Bowman. And Eliot Engel has barely been in the district still. And this would be awesome to see him gone. And this is happening. Here he is on a hot mic.
There's too many folks here.
Let's see if you can hear this.
Then I gotta go down the list, and it's just too many folks here. Say that again? Don't do that to me. We're not going to do this. We're not going to put it. Then I got to go down the list. And it's just
wow.
Can you explain that a little bit more? Because it was a little hard to hear. It's
hard to hear, but what Engel is saying, if I wasn't being primaried, I wouldn't be here. And he's saying this to Ruben Diaz Jr. for a turn to speak.
Interesting.
And this is a hot mic. Listen to this. Wow.
Where were they?
Then I got to go down the list, and it's just too many folks here. Say that again?
Okay, so this is what it is. They're talking about people who are going to speak at this. I don't know what's going on, but it's in the Bronx, and they're going to speak, I imagine, to the folks there about Floyd, I would imagine, and about what's going on with the protests. And Engel twice says, if I didn't have a primary, I wouldn't care. In other words, I want to be on the speakers list.
Of course, yeah.
Wow.
So
that's
Bronx.
Not gonna help.
So Ruben Diaz Jr., for people who don't know, is the Bronx borough president, and his father, who is a nutcase, is running. He's been in elected office as city councilman. He's a reverend and is far more conservative than his son, but his son's no saint either. His father is running for a seat adjacent to that seat for Congress. It's a very crowded field. Ruben Diaz Sr., who is openly he's homophobic.
He could
a lot
win.
of issues there, and he could very well win, because a lot of people don't understand about the Bronx is it is religious conservative. There's a lot of these like very strange mega churches that pop up. He could very well win, and it's a crowded race. So. Very crowded primary, and it's a very Democratic district. So it's, the Bronx is fascinating. But in terms of Andam, can I just give him a shout out? Because I actually thought he was extraordinary. And the way that this race played out is it really became about coalition organizations. And I'm of the belief that, had it been a different moment, he would have probably done much better. We don't know, actually. Like, there was no internal polling as far as we know. It just became a coalition, or, there's no way of telling in this kind of climate. So he raised a very, very respectable amount of money. He ran as an unapologetic progressive. He's a teacher. He has a very bright future. And I also thought that he did it with such grace. And, there was a lot of background noise to get him out of the race because of the coalitions behind Jamal, who's also wonderful. I'm not criticizing Jamal. Like, he's a wonderful candidate. But this is where we have to keep in mind that, like, progressives also have our own organizations that, like, push people out of races. And that is absolutely documented in the story that the WFP orchestrated him getting out of the race.
Right. I got to say, I don't think I have, I don't know if I've probably done now close to 20, maybe 24 interviews with challengers across the country. I think that's the only race where I interviewed two challengers. Maybe there was one other.
Yeah.
But because they were both really good. I mean, I did like Bowman quite a bit. Frankly, I'm always he's older. I think Ondom has a future in politics in this state, and so. But we'll see. I mean, I was impressed with both of them. But I'm happy that there is some coalescing because I think this is a good opportunity to take Engel out. I really do, and we'll see.